For more analysis on the security cluster, we're now joined by crime analyst Dr. Chris de Kock, and he joins us via our video link to unpack the budget allocated to fighting crime in South Africa. Dr. Chris, thank you so much for joining us this evening here in SABC News. Perhaps to start off here, let's get your reaction when it comes to the allocation for the security cluster by the Finance Minister.
Yeah, it's actually for the whole cluster, the amounts that was indicated. I can't actually talk about the DRC and Mozambique. I'm not a military expert, but it seems what I hear is that we have a major problem there, that our equipment is not up to standard, and that we are really suffering there. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about policing. And when I look at policing, I mean, okay, there's going to be 10,000 new recruits that's going to be trained, but it doesn't give much more detail. And, you know, if we look at our crime levels, which was just released, the third quarter, just about 2 weeks ago, a week ago, last week, if we look at that stats, then we are in trouble in South Africa. You know, in the last 2 financial years, we had a double-digit increase in murder. For example, the year before last financial year, we had a 25% increase in murder. It's totally unheard of in history of South Africa and in the history of most countries of the world. We are now very close, if not in a number 1 position, we are very close to a number 1 position. Now, for that kind of crime and for our robberies and those things that happen on a daily basis, we need high visibility. To get to high visibility, you need more than 10,000 recruits. You know, the police actually became smaller while the crime were increasing at this rapid rate. And then also, you need more people and you need to train them to have visibility, but you need vehicles. You need fully functional vehicles, and not vehicles that are parked in garages somewhere, but they should fully, because that gives you visibility in a country like this. Here you can't basically do the Bobby on the beat. It's not like in Britain or in any other European country. And then also, we have seen in the last 5 to 10 years a tremendous growth in organized crime. Now, organized crime, you need institutions like the Hawks, you need organized crime units, you need intelligence. And to fight organized crime, you need special projects, you need undercover projects. Those things cost a lot of money. It is very expensive. You need safe houses, you need a whole spectrum of instruments to fight organized crime. And I don't know if this budget can fully cover that.
Yeah.
We have also seen that, I mean, intelligence, basically, there's a lot of work to be done to intelligence in general before that will fully function again.
And, you know, you painting a very bleak picture when it comes to the state of our country, and at the same time talking to this budget. And while many celebrate those 10,000 new recruits in the police industry, one would also say, what does this say to ordinary South Africans who are always, you know, highlighting the problems associated with crime in this country? When you look at this budget and what you are saying, that, well, in fact, we need more.
Yeah, I cannot say anything else than that we need more, because unfortunately of our high levels of violent crime, and also the reports on organized crime. I mean, there was a report very recently, last year, on the growth of organized crime in South Africa. And there you need special skills, you need special instruments to fight organized crime. Organized crime is a very difficult thing to fight. And then corruption. I mean, that's another form of organized crime. To investigate corruption is quite complicated. And we will have to work on the detectives, much more training to the detectives, specialized training. We have lost a lot of skills in the detective services. and in the more organized detectives that look at organized crime.
And when it comes to this budget as well, and what does it say to our fight against gender-based violence in this country? I mean, we've seen the president time and time again highlighting this as a pandemic on its own. I don't remember hearing much about, what has been budgeted for gender-based violence. Maybe I might have missed it. What does it say?
Yeah, it's actually that detail is missing. I mean, what I have seen is very generally a remark about the recruits, that there's going to be spending on the infrastructure of the police, on vehicles, but it's not specified in detail. Gender-based violence are addressed at station level. So you need, again, people there who can handle gender-based violence, who can investigate gender-based violence, take the necessary forensic evidence, and the forensic evidence must be analyzed and looked after before you can actually go to court. So those things, I mean, if it comes to gender-based violence, your investigation, your process, taking this case through the court and to convince the victim that she should not or he should not withdraw the case is very important.